Hello, everyone. I hope you hear me well. Otherwise, my colleagues, please tell me if you don't. Floris, you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Okay, well, welcome everyone to this new episode of one of the hackathons organized by European Commission. We are back. I didn't expect to be so soon back because the last one we did it in April with Nextcloud, and here we are back again with Rocket Chat, which is a project we have been following very closely in the recent months. And yeah, I see people joining the mentors. So me and Floris, community lead for Rocket Chat, we will try to guide you during this session through all the different details that you need to know for this hackathon. We will talk about the duration, the meetings, the the logistics, all the different things, and we will have the mentors, the judges, and we will have Gabriel as well, I think, at some point. So okay, so I hope you find this session useful, and I pass the floor to Floris to welcome you as well.
Yes, hello, welcome. I'm Floris van Geel, community lead at RocketChat. I'm really excited that so many of you turned up and joined for the hackathon. We already see some ideas up, and teams are joining together and norming, storming, performing in order to have a great week of hacking. And yeah, so that's really great. And yeah, Miguel will tell something extra on overview of the hackathon.
Yeah. We will now go to see the details. And by the way, I think I forgot to introduce myself as usual in this type of events. My name is Miguel Diaz Blanco, and I'm the project lead of the Open Source Program Office at European Commission. So very nice to meet you all. And indeed, as Floris said, I will start actually with giving a little bit an overview of the whole event. So maybe some of you have been part of previous ones in Nextcloud, in Jitsi, but I think most of you are new to this event. So this is a 1 week hackathon. So we start today, and you have until next Monday to submit your proposals. And then we will have a second week for evaluation with the help of the mentors and the judges. So yeah, overall, the event will last 2 weeks. I think today is the 7th, so we finish on the 21st. And then we will do the award ceremony, which we hope is going to be a great event. It's an event where we have cash prizes. I think you have seen them already in the landing page. I think the first one is 5,000, 2,500, 1,500, and then the last one, I think it was 1,000 each, but I need to check now again. So it's a hackathon. It's a virtual hackathon, and in this hackathon you can either join solo. You can submit your idea and do everything yourself, or you can be part of a team. So either way is possible. You can register. Okay, if you join solo or as a team, you can register during the hackathon. Actually, you don't need to. So people that are still interested, if you are solo but you want to add more people to your team, or you have a team but you are two and you need a third one, you still can do it. You can even still do it until next Monday before we close. close, but try to do it as soon as possible so that you can benefit from the help of your colleagues. So that's about the teaming aspect. Then the deadline will be next Monday at 4 o'clock Central European Time, so the same time that we have now. What else? We will have to help you some intermediate meetings during this hackathon, what we call checkpoints. Always at this time. The first one will be on Wednesday, and the idea in that one would be, especially Floris and the mentors, to give already some early feedback on what they see in the platform in Event Tornado being submitted by you. So early feedback on your proposals. And there will be a second one on Friday as well, another checkpoint. Again, maybe we will be not that extensive in giving feedback, but more maybe Q&A or some final things to be clarified. And then we will have the closing session on the Monday after, when we close at 4 o'clock, just to tell you on next steps. How are we going to evaluate? We will maybe give you more visibility on the aspects we will evaluate. And so that's a little bit the schedule of the hackathon, and then we will have this extra week to evaluate the proposals. And then on the 21st, we will have the awards ceremony, which we hope to see wonderful submissions, great ideas, and so really excited to see what comes out of this hackathon. Just an overview: we have more than 70 registrations already, and it's going up. We were at 72. That's the last check we did. And of course, given the origin of Rocket Chat, we see quite a few from Brazil, Latin America, but also Europe and Asia, Africa as well. So that's the beauty of virtual hackathons, right? Before we were doing physical hackathons, but it was getting more difficult to get people from all around the world. And when you do it virtually, it's very nice to see such a variety of nationalities being part of this. So that's great. And I think, so I talk about the prices, different cash prices that we will give, but on top of that, we will give always a swag bag, a bag of goodies. So with a t-shirt, a backpack, a cap, things that are very cool also to give, and it's a nice souvenir for you. And later, when we will go through the platform, we will see the different channels that we have, Rocket Chat, based on Rocket Chat, of course. But one of them is called For Fun. And that's about having a funny picture of your, either if you are solo or as a team. And that the funniest picture, we will give also a little extra prize, still to be decided, but an additional goodie in addition to this swag bag. Maybe too much information I'm giving now, so I will stop here. Don't worry, if you forget things, we will get back to that. So, but yeah, I would like to give the floor to Floris to explain a little bit the challenges. So,
thank you.
So Floris, back to you.
Before I show some of the challenges and the categories that we have, I'm really happy with, we have 12 mentors that signed up, as well as a great support in together with the whole team. And yeah, let's share the screen here. Let's first go to this one, the window. So looking at the challenges that we have, the most common one would be to start building an app. In Rocket Chat, we have like a marketplace, and in there is all kinds of apps. And these apps, they make integrations or they make extra functionality. It could be a game. It could be very interesting for the attendees to look at, okay, what is what I think adds value to the public sector, like the healthcare, education, government, and so on. And how do I make my scenario, and how do I make an app on that? Apps are usually built in TypeScript, and could vary. I put a few examples in this topic for, it could be like something that we don't have in Rocket Chat, where you have like a contact center and you see the ones of the messages that you missed out on, or you can do read all and that's finished. You could go for like showing the active information on, for example, an image that okay, this is authentic, being used in a school, or it's coming somewhere from the internet, or go for other file types or integrations, or maybe another auth method, like we just saw with a recent open source project that's called WebAuth. You could integrate that as well. Then we go to the next category, which is more about automation of communication. So playing around with bots. You can either do that with a bot that is having all the decision paths pre-programmed. So if you make this entry or ask for a cookie, you will get your cookie and so forth. Go through the logic that is pre-programmed. Or go for a scenario, for example, with a Rasa bot, where you have sort of like a program, and then the bot starts training this program, this library program, and with that it can make its own decisions, whether it's properly or not. That's up to you to decide and to improve upon. But in general, if you go for a bot route, be sure to put it in a public sector context so that it has extra value for your solution. Then we have omnichannel. Omnichannel is a way for you as an organization to speak to broader audiences, and the audiences, they can choose whatever means of communication they want to do on their phone. It can be a WhatsApp, it can be Facebook, it can be about anything. And the omnichannel makes the logic on how this person comes in. Maybe it gets talking to a bot first, what page did it came from, and so forth. And with that, you can support large audiences in a very neat way. Then on top of that, you could go for system integration. For example, having an open source CRM, and once your contacts come by, you can feed them to the CRM or into something like Mautic, which is open source marketing automation. And there's many ideas to implement within system integration. And then once you have something which is not in the previous challenges, it could go into a additional challenge. And that could be anything that has a form of communication with Rocket Chat. For example, you have like another system and you just want to send notifications or triggers from the webhooks. That could be like something like a minimal product with whom you can compete for the prizes. So in order to compete, you need to write some code. There's 71 and counting new people joining up. So if you have a great idea, but you don't know how to actually program it, team up with other people. And with that, I really hope that together, it's going to be like a wonderful week with beautiful apps and beautiful products coming out of it. And more important of all of them, having fun while doing so, all hacking together. And obviously I can't do this alone. So let me switch the tab. We have like a set of mentors that help around. Me and Duda and also Debdude will be in the event Tornado chat. And then when you have technical questions, we'll help out and relay and share with the other Rocketeers that voluntarily are putting some hours of their week in your success of your hackathon. So to all the Rocketeers mentors who are around, I stop sharing my screen for now. Please speak up and open the camera and so tell your name and what your role is within Rocket Chat and how you can help out.
Well, Floris, how about I'll jump in to start things off. So I'm not listed there as a mentor, but people can feel free to reach out to me. I'm also going to be keeping track of our channels for communications and questions that people might have. But to add a few words, to what Floris was talking about. as an open source product, these sort of hackathons are just really important to us. I think they really go to the core of what Rocket Chat is, and we have a number of them. So first and foremost, thank you everyone for the participation. We really enjoy having the opportunity to work with individuals like yourselves. So during the course of the next 2 weeks, don't be shy at all about reaching out to mentors, to me, to the other people listed, because we're here, really trying to make sure that you're successful in your endeavors. It makes the product better, for us, for everyone around the world who uses Rocket Chat. So really important endeavor. And Miguel, thank you for all the work organizing this. To emphasize a few things that Floris was saying, there are a variety of different approaches that you can take to your work in the hackathon. So integrations, for example, our REST API and webhooks can be used to create some nice sophisticated integrations very quickly. Great kind of hackathon effort. So encourage the teams, the participants to look at that area. It's definitely worth doing. Apps Engine, for anyone who's not familiar with it, to provide a little bit of additional information. Apps Engine is our toolkit for creating fully encapsulated Rocket Chat apps that you can then use with your Rocket Chat instance, or you can publish them to our marketplace if you want to share them with others to use. And there are a lot of advantages, because by, again, building capabilities that are fully encapsulated, it's a very clear path then for us to review those, publish them, make sure that you can use them. And then the third path, of course, as Floris had mentioned, there are always opportunities to improve or expand on what the Rocket Chat core does. So I definitely encourage people as well to look at core code, look at opportunities for improvements. Those types of improvements, of course, if they're to core code, you can then at the end choose whether you want to submit those as a PR. Those then have to be reviewed and figure out whether they fit with the platform as a whole. But definitely well worth looking at. So, again, kind of closing point for me. Thank you everyone for your participation. Do not hesitate to reach out to the mentors. It's a great group of people who are looking to help. And any of those tracks that I just outlined or Floris outlined are good areas to provide a positive contribution.
Yes, thank you, Chris. And tomorrow at 4, we'll do a bonus session together with Abdul and Dura, which is like your Rocket Chat apps building 101. So we'll zoom into that. You can use the official Docker release for building your app, or have your local NVM working, so you know this listening and that your app is running. And then where you find an example to get started with the app building. And we just saw a question come by that does it have to be TypeScript? The answer is no. You have a way to import different kinds of JavaScript to become part as a scaffolding model for your app. So while we're at Chris explaining a little bit about the architecture, I think best way would be to continue with our judges. Bruno, can you explain on the criteria?
Of course. Hi, everybody. Hopefully you can see and hear me well. So first of all, thanks everybody for registering and joining us. We're pretty happy to see now already over 70 people interested in participating in this hackathon. And thanks, Flores, Miguel, Chris, everybody involved, mostly our participants for being a part of this, which should be a pretty exciting next few days for us to work together on this. I'm going to be one of the judges. Christopher Skelly, who you just met, will be another one. By the way, my name is Bruno Bain. I am the VP of Marketing at Rocket Chat. Chris is also going to be a judge. He's our VP of Product. And then we're also going to have Amanda Oliveira, who's on the call. I'm sure she can introduce herself in just a moment. She's our Senior Interim Support Manager. So We're going to be looking at 5 different things as the criteria to select the winners. The number 1 is going to be originality and scope of the project. The second thing we're going to look at is the completeness of the submission. So things such as documentation, a polished user experience with few bugs, and overall quality of the materials submitted. The third thing we're going to be looking at is sustainability in terms of how the code is organized and structured, aka well-written code. Number 4, security. Us being a security-focused platform, this is a big one for us. So in terms of how the security aspects are taken into account in the design and implementation of the project. And then number 5, a bit of a bonus point, but we'll definitely be looking for how it works on mobile and also accessibility, if relevant to the initiative. So 5 different things: originality and scope of the project, completeness of the submission, number 3, sustainability of the code, number 4, security, and last but not least, as bonus point, if it works well on mobile and how accessible it is. That's it, everybody. Let's have a good few days coming up, and nice to meet everybody. And like Chris said, I'm available. Just reach out, and I'll be happy to help with whatever I can. Thanks.
And then once your app is done and in the App Store, or your code is on the GitHub, it's not finished yet. The hackathon might be over. You might win the big prize, but still. Amanda, are you there? What is the... No? Ah, yes.
Sorry. Yeah, it's important, as Flora said, after developing your app and it's available on your marketplace, it's important to maintain a documentation and to update the documentation as you feel that you have user questions or or improve your coding or your app. So it's important to have a good documentation and an open channel for communication between you and your users to get some questions solved or answers or any other issues that they can face and you can improve in your coding. By the way, I'm Amanda Oliveira. I joined RocketChat in more than 1 year ago. I'm now a technical support manager, and good luck and have a nice challenge.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so now let's go over the mentors who are still within the call. Just open the cam and introduce yourself. What's your name? What you're doing within RocketChat?
Maybe I can start then. Yeah. So I'm really excited to see that many people register for the projects. Hope to see many good implementations and new apps and integrations and so on. And by the way, I'm Rodrigo Nascimento, co-founder of RocketChat. I'm one of the main engineers since the beginning, so I'm here as a mentor to help anyone that needs. And currently as a CTO, but still touching some code sometimes. So I hope I can help you guys on developing things. Thank you.
I'm not a mentor, but I'd just like to say a few words as well. Gabriel Engel here, the CEO of RocketChat, and I'm very excited about the event and what we are being able to put together here, because RocketChat, it's the whole, and then Chris, I think, have mentioned this when he was talking. It's about building a platform and an ecosystem, right? It's about enabling organizations, governments, companies to build a communication strategy that fit your needs using the components and the pieces, the modules of RocketChat. Use it as a chat engine and the whole. So our vision for the world where communications is owned by the players, by the people who are communicating, goes through building an ecosystem and allowing this to happen. So I'm so excited and to see this being used to build such kind of solutions on specific use case that we really RocketChat is designed for. So I won't be mentoring, but I'll be around trying to help with vision to what people are trying to build, maybe trying to connect to the right people, because this is something that is really plays to the vision and our mission as a project. So kudos for everybody involved, and thanks for joining us, guys. Now, do we have to choose a mentor, or someone will will volunteer?
Maybe I can be the next one.
We're going to start calling names otherwise.
So, hi everybody. My name is Cynthia. I work here at RocketChat. So there's already 1 year and a half, more or less. Now I'm working as a global partnership, so PMO. And I'm also leading the ops front of so government vertical, so everything that it's related to it, so I'm involved. And because of one very important partnership that we have in the government sector, I'm also here because it's important for me to know, of course, what it's coming for this vertical, and how can we improve our pitch as well, and just make sure that we are going in a very good direction. So I will be one mentor here, and I am super happy to be part of this. And I hope I can support this process and bring knowledge, considering that I was in different so departments here at RocketChat. So I bring some experience from different parts here. So yeah, I'm super happy to be here with you all. And yeah, it will be a very interesting journey. So yeah, I'm super happy.
Hey guys, Gabriel Casals here, a software engineer manager at RocketChat, been in the company for 1.5 years. It's been really an exciting journey so far, and looking forward helping the community members and participants of this hackathon. It should be really interesting one. I can definitely help on some of the business aspects of the ideas, but also guide you on the technical sides, see if at least we can get a good engineer checking the code, making sure things are working, that we have clean code. It's testable software, and as some pointed out, very well documented, so that others in the community can use it and enhance it in the future. Looking forward the next steps, and talk to you soon. Guess that's it.
So hello everybody, I am Duda Nogueira here also from RocketChat. I'm community manager. It's going to be a pleasure. I'll be all around, and if you have any technical questions or any doubts, you can feel free to contact me, and see you soon.
Someone choose. Who is next? Flores, choose someone.
I saw that dude just joined or fell off again. Who didn't we have yet? Let's see.
I see that. Oh.
Yeah, that's that dude. I think that's the last Rocketeer who joined.
Maybe he's having some technical issues.
Yep.
Deb, can you hear us? Nope. Okay, yeah, he's having technical issues. You gonna say a few words, or should we skip you?
Be able to turn on my camera. I tried twice, and my whole phone was like, no, not letting you.
You can hear okay.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am Devdut. I am an engineer at RocketChat. I'll be a mentor. And also you'll see me quite active, well, mostly everywhere with Floris and Duda. Well, I don't have a lot of things to say. The only thing I would like to recommend everyone here, because there are two categories, right? One is apps and the other is still core, right? So when you are kind of thinking about an idea or what to modify and everything, always kind of think starting with an app, right? This is something I see extremely frequently kind of getting wrong by a lot of community members, a lot of people in general. Try to think if you can implement it through an app. If you can, go that route. And if you cannot, absolutely cannot, then go with the core. And in the middle, this is like, I think, bonus. If you can even extend the apps engine to support your app, right? If you can do that, that's, I think, kind of a bonus in my perspective. But that's something to think about when you are like trying to bring something new. A lot of the time I see people just jumping into the core and changing the core. But if there is a way to do it with the app, everyone would prefer to kind of have it as an app. So yeah, that's the only thing I would like to say. Apart from this, you'll see me quite active in the following days. So I'll shut up now.
Well, thanks. Floris, do we have anyone else, or are we doing closing now?
These are the Rocketeers mentors that were in the call. The other ones have something others to do, so you can find them either within the event Tornado chat, or we relay so that your questions get answered. Yep.
Yeah, and to jump in with a slightly different topic, Floris, it might make sense, Gabriel, for you and I to talk for a minute about the importance of the space and some of the things that we're seeing. So again, this hackathon is all about making sure that we can continue to expand Rocket Chat in terms of using it as a strong tool within the government space. And what we've been seeing, especially over the course of the past year, is this is a booming, growing area, and there are a lot of good reasons for it. The reality is that the world needs communication and collaboration tools, and a lot of those tools are run as multi-tenant SaaS applications by the tech giants of the world, and we would all like to assume that is fine for everybody. But there are very, real and legitimate concerns, especially within the government space, of using those sorts of applications. And so, in terms of why I find this area to be inspiring, is we are able to all collectively provide a tool set that enables governments to provide better services to their citizens without being beholden to those big multi-tenant SaaS platforms. As Gabriel was noting before, Rocket Chat gives government entities the ability to fully control, own those conversations between them and their citizens. And so I know I'm sort of emphasizing what Gabriel had mentioned before, but the work is growing in importance. And like I said, really excited to see what people provide. Gabriel, did you want to add anything in terms of the different things that we're seeing, especially within EU, for example, and all of the legislative changes?
No, absolutely. I think EU has usually paved the way on a lot of privacy laws and understanding about building a fair and positive digital marketplace for even if the Digital Marketplace Act and so many of the other initiatives of the EU. So we're so happy to be able to work with the EU Commission on that, because we do believe our vision for the future is aligned. So absolutely, we're seeing more and more governments from all levels, from municipalities, from sometimes states, or even federal governments, understanding the importance of owning and controlling their communication, and we believe with the community and with those entities we can play a very important role in making that happen, in executing on that vision.
If I may, first of all, I'm so impressed with the involvement of the Rocket Chat community for this hackathon. I have never seen so many mentors, so the judges, Gabriel and Rodrigo also being part of this. So thanks for that. And then the words from Chris and Gabriel resonate a lot with what we are trying to do, especially here in the European Commission. Digital sovereignty is something that it's more in our digital agendas. And that's one of the reasons why we empower open source projects. And as you said, Chris, we collaborate more, we work more together, and then these collaboration tools, we need to make them as transparent and controllable as possible. So I can only agree with all what you said. So thank you very much for the words and for your presence. It's really amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have everyone already introduced?
I think the ones that were on the call. If you haven't introduced yourself, anyone, please raise your hand. Say something.
I just had a question before for Floris, because you told me, Floris, that Gabriel was going to give a very interesting words, but we can keep it for another moment if you want, for the word ceremony.
No, there is one slide. I think Floris asked me to talk about how does a successful open source company is run, and asked me to talk about this in 3 minutes, which we are still like pretty much every day in the process of figuring out ourselves. It's never something that is a done deal. But I do have one slide that I think it's very important that I can share here and talk briefly about that. Maybe it might be interesting, which is this growth flywheel. And I think everything in life, like maybe it's important for an open source company when it understands the role of each of those components on building a business, on building a successful project. Because on Rocket Chat, when we looked into our community, our customers, like the money-making side, the marketplace, and the ecosystem, we end up building this flywheel, which we understand is very important because it's based on 3 pillars that I just mentioned. Your customers, right? The people who are willing to pay for your products. The community, which is using the software for free, is helping you develop and innovate. And the whole marketplace, which builds is the ecosystem. So a lot of those companies, they will start with the community, like we did. We build a product with the community, a project, and then suddenly this community, out of the use cases that the software was being used for, is where people start asking to pay for it and hire us to build new functionality and build new things, and end up building a customer base. So in that sense, we always understood the greater the community, the more people involved, the more potential for revenue we have, or more potential for customers we have. And also, in the same time, the community understood that the more paying customers, the more financial incentives we can get, or the people working on the project, more engineers we can hire, designers, and everything, better the product becomes. There's more investments in R&D, and the community gets more excited about using the product itself. So that's one side of the flywheel, that those 2 things, they should not compete against each other, but they reinforce each other. The greater the community, the more customers you have, the more customers and the more money we can generate from the project, more we can invest back on the product, and everybody wins. But what is very important for us, and what maybe this hackathon has to do, is also in the marketplace. It's the more customers and more use cases, for instance, like government as being such an important use case, appears on using Rocket Chat, there's a greater and greater demand for different apps, for different extensions, for different improvements on the platform. and it generates a demand for us to be publishing and building this marketplace. And the more people get involved on the marketplace, Rocket Chat becomes more and more capable of delivering in those different challenges and those different use cases, and being able to fulfill all those very specific needs from different industries. So we do understand that the marketplace, it's a very, very important role on our growth flywheel. And obviously, the more demand is for this marketplace, it calls more people from the community to join and deliver and create those apps. And the more they build, the stronger the marketplace becomes. It just reinforces the whole system. So I think if there is one key point, given like the first of me, what would be a very important message for a successful open source business model, it's to really understand the flywheel and understand how each of those pillars of the flywheel, the cogs on the flywheel, how they work, and being able to create a relationship between them, which they reinforce each other rather than compete. And that's usually is the challenge. You have to look at each of those. They need to be helping each other and not competing against each other. So community is not competing with our customers. They really one reinforce the other, make the other one better. That's maybe my 2 cents, 3 minutes.
Yes.
And
those kinds of integration. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, sorry, go ahead.
Well, one little thing, those kinds of integrations are not just within the Rocket Chat marketplace, but can go cross open source.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then it's really getting beautiful, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Please continue, Miguel.
No, you're right. That was pretty much it. But the interconnectivity and being part of a marketplace means obviously a lot more than just our own. But we like I said, we work well with and try to build things to integrate Rocket Chat into as many different other open source projects and systems that are about communication as you can. And even like the whole Matrix protocol and GC integrations and Big Blue Button integrations that are all aligned with that vision.
Exactly, it's not. It's even across projects. Exactly, with and that's great. That's fascinating.
Yeah, and also not just with open source. Like we obviously like our open source brothers, but we also have integrations, for instance, with Paxip and other companies who build proprietary. But we believe in being an open player. There strive on interoperability and integrations. It's key. Right, so we're not also just restricting ourselves to specific business models, but we believe that an open platform should play well with everybody.
Yeah, and it's a great point. Adding on there that there are commercial platforms that also provide tremendous data sovereignty benefits. So they shouldn't be excluded. Many of those platforms are open source, not all, but that's not really our criteria, in terms of platforms that we want to integrate with. So it's a larger universe than just open source.
Indeed, sometimes the discussion is not about commercial or not commercial, but simply the openness, and then the way you commercialize that. It's absolutely not necessarily linked to that. Very interesting. I think we should maybe in another occasion to elaborate more on that and to expand more on this. But I see Michele waiting to give us some details on the Event Tornado platform. So yeah, maybe it's good, Michele, if you give us a tour through the platform for the participants.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miguel. Thank you, Flores. Thank you, Gabriel. We are Creative District. We are helping Miguel and Flores with the organization of this hackathon. And now here I'm going to share the screen to show you basically if you are seeing this this session maybe recorded, or if you're not registered yet, then I'm going to explain to you how to register, how to leverage the platform, and so on. So here we are on the platform itself. As you can see, we have a series of tabs. We have the On tab here, where we have general information about the hackathon, a welcome, from the European Commission Director General from Informatics, Deputy Head. We have a message from Gabriel. And here we have also the challenge categories that Floris explained to you just a few moments ago. On the right here, very important, we have a timeline. The timeline is always going to be in your specific time zone. So if you see Europe, Rome here, it's because I'm in that time zone. If you're in Brazil, then you're going to have your own time zone. And here above, we have a series of other tabs. We have a recorded sessions tab, which is empty so far because we still are recording this session. This session will be the first one, by the way. We have an all you need to know tab. Here we have Floris explaining again in a video the challenge categories, and then very important, the starter kit, which is the document that provides you with all the information that you need to correctly participate in this hackathon. For example, a further explanation of the challenges. What are the deliverables that you should submit during the hackathon? What is the hackathon agenda? And so on, how the judging period works. So a lot of useful information for you to understand how to produce the solution that you will have at the end. And then here also very important, we have the RocketChat tools. So please take your time to explore all of these tools that we provided here together with the submission guidelines and so on. Now, we have also FAQ tabs for frequent asked questions. And what if I want to register for this hackathon? So it's very simple. I click on register here. And the first thing that I should do, I already have a profile here, but if you don't, you should, if you want. It's good if you have it, maybe a picture of yourself, your name, last name, and you click on save and you're done. Once you have created your profile, then you need to register. So here you will have to fill in all the information. Let's pretend I am the developer. I am the team leader of my team. And here I would provide the type of my organization and maybe some more information about my address. Maybe the most important question of this registration form is that, are you part of the RocketChat community yet? So once you register, feel free to click here on this link and then contribute to the RocketChat community. This is very important, as Gabriel and Floris were stating before. We have also some optional links. You can provide your GitHub, LinkedIn, so we can get to know you better. And maybe also you can provide here your latest contribution to any previous hackathon if you have one. Again, this is optional, but would be much appreciated. And then you click on the terms and conditions and you click on register. Once you click on register, what happens now, and here I need to mention it, we have been using RocketChat for our hackathons for the past 2.5 years, something like this, and it was great working with RocketChat. It's a fantastic tool, so we're super happy with that. And doing this hackathon for us is really, really natural, something really that comes out natural. As you can see here, RocketChat is integrated. And Floris wanted me to mention that if you want to use it on your mobile or maybe also on your desktop app, you can do it here. You can scan the QR code here and you can have it on your mobile or desktop. Going back to the chat, Miguel was mentioning before that we have a series of channels here. We have an announcement channel for important announcement, a general channel, a find your team channel in case you don't have a team and you need to find one. Or on the contrary, you already have a team and you are looking for other team members. So you can paste your idea here and you can meet other people. And then at the end, we have 2 hackathon support channels. This one has been pretty much active with a lot of people asking a lot of questions. And the RocketChat code. This is the channel that we need in case you guys have any question regarding the RocketChat functionalities. Yes.
I have a question. Here is where we have to add also the for fun channel, where the participants will submit their pictures for the extra prize, let's say. And I think Floris likes always to have also another channel for music for coding, because he is a lot into music and he always likes to send proposals on music for hacking. So yeah, maybe we could add that one too.
Yes. The for fun channel is planned for tomorrow. So tomorrow people are gonna have this new channel. They're gonna see appearing, and also yes, we're gonna create maybe a Spotify open playlist, right, Floris, like we did last time.
Yeah, I already created _tunes. So if you use /command/join_tunes, you can already share your YouTube movies. And on top of that, yeah, there's also the that one.
All right. Great. So to conclude the demo, how can I create a team if I am the team leader or if I'm joining solo for this hackathon? It's very simple. I click on post idea here. I need to choose one of the 5 topics or challenges that we have. I'm going to choose the first one. I need to provide a name of my idea. Here, I need to provide a description of my idea. This one is very important. So basically, in your deliverables, we're going to ask you to indicate the public sector area to which your idea would be applied. So please read the starter kit, and then you have all the information about this. And here you will see some fields where you can upload the deliverables. It doesn't mean that you have to do it now. There is some schedules, deadlines already here on this hackathon. You can see it on the timeline, but you know that when it's time, you can upload it here. Then you need to provide a name for your team. I'm going to call it Still Resolve Team, and then you click on Submit. Once you click on Submit, your idea is created, and here the new My Idea tab appears. You can, as a team leader, invite other team members here through their email. So they're going to receive your invitation. They click on the link, and once they're in, you will see them here within the members. Or you can also tell the community that you're looking for some other specific roles, like a UX designer or a project manager. Now, if I go back to the event chat, what happens is that a new private team chat is created with exactly the name of my team automatically. And in this chat, I can, of course, start video calls here with this button. I can drag and drop files to share it with the team. I can also notify everyone, hey guys, this makes a notification appearing, and then also an email is sent after 25 minutes if the users are offline. Now I'm really going back in my box and concluding. What can I do if I don't have a team? I can go to the Find Your Team channel, as I said before, so I can write down a description here of my background, skills, the challenge I would like to participate in, and meet other people to form a team. Or the second option is to go to the Ideas tab and then scroll down and see all the ideas that already submitted or idea that have been created for this hackathon. Click on one of them. Let's go to this one, for example, and then apply to join this team if I don't have one. So in this case, Leandro will receive a notification with my application. So these are the basics, information about the platform, but in any case, we are always there for you on the general channel, on the Hackathon support channel. You can tag me, Michele Erba, or Ugo Espinosa, which is my colleague in Credit District. And then if you have any questions, just drop us a message and we're there for you to help you. That will be all.
And by the way, sorry, I didn't say, we have already 12 ideas submitted. I mean, we are in day 1 and we already have 12 ideas. So promising. So yeah, very looking forward. Okay, thanks, Michele. Thank you very much for this overview. And yeah, I think that's all. I was going to talk about the evaluation criteria, but Bruno already gave an overview before about what are the elements that RocketChat are going to take into account. So I'm not going to repeat that. So I think we are getting to the end of this opening session. Just maybe from myself, some closing remarks that I'm very excited of what we are going to get. It's really promising, And yeah, as Chris was mentioning before, what we try to do in the European Commission is every time we see an open source project that we see public services relying on, as is the case of RocketChat, but in the past it was Nextcloud, it was Jitsi, then we will always try to give this push to improve it in a collaborative approach like this hackathon, right? So very happy and see to see the results, and yeah, I wish you an exciting time, lots of energy. I wish a lot of work for the mentors and the judges, and yeah, let's go for it. Floris, anything from your side, or Gabriel, or Rodrigo, anyone from the group?
Yes, so the next official meeting is the Wednesday checkpoint, where we look into your ideation and discuss that collaboratively. And for tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central European time, there is like a app building 101, where me and Debdut and Duda explain on how you get started with your local development and how you start building your app.
Okay. If no one else wants to say anything else, then we close here. Good vibes, good energy, and happy hacking. And yeah, talk on Wednesday, as Floris said. So thank you very much to anyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Happy hacking.
Happy hacking.
Miguel.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Happy hacking.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, bye-bye.